There we go.
We're working on Project DeathTrap today. Time to take the skid off.
So I've made a quick little hoist system. Well, there we go. From a hook that I screwed into one of my trusses. So now we get to play with the skid in the tunnel a lot more easily. But first, we're going to take the skid out. Let's go. There we go. You know what? This is fun because I've never done a skid swap like this before. Never. Changed the track once. Had a miserable time doing it. It was an SRX. Really excited to try this out though. Gonna have to do probably some custom fabrication. When you buy an M10 skid, it usually comes with a mounting plate and and a guide. One that you put one portion over your drive shaft in the very front, and it shows you how far back the hole needs to be for your idler wheel in the back. I don't have that. The guy sold it to me. Just the skid itself, didn't even have the idler wheels on top. Has the bogey wheels on the bottom, and the suspension's all there, thankfully. But I'm going to be playing it by eyes, ears, and whatever else to get this thing done. All right, so one more bolt right here, and it should be dropping down even further. Nice. Geez, don't you wish it had that much suspension on its own, eh? That much travel. What I probably should have done is put a jack under the track so it didn't just drop like that, because who knows what could have happened, but you know what, it's holding up well. So we got another bolt up in the front, and then I can just pull the whole skid right out. After that, it'll be time to pull the jack shaft out. So every project I've ever worked on that started in the 80s has at least one bolt that will not turn. It's stuck in a way that you can't even comprehend. Found it. At least I found it early. Yeah, I rounded it with the socket to begin with. Then I clamped a set of vice grips on it, and that just started to shear the steel off of it. So I'm going to have to cut that bolt, but I'm not going to do that today. I got to get ready for work. So the next update on Project DeathTrap. Oh, there you go, the track. Should be just hanging free with no skid under it. After that, we'll be taking the track and the drive shaft off. One thing I realized about this is that it uses the older style drive gears. What are they called? Sprocket. There we go. And I'll just get my camera off it standing under here. Yeah, the kind that drive the clips, the steel clips, rather than with the new tracks. New tracks, like the one I'm about to put into it, have all these like gear-like divots in it, and that's what drives it. So technically, it might be able to work with this track. I don't think it will very well. I'm gonna have to get new sprocket drivers. So since I'm cutting short early, might as well tell you a thing or two about the sled, or actually what I've done to it. When I got it, bought it for a case of beer. It was been sitting in a farmer's field for about 3 years, and the previous owner wanted to use it to pull his kids around on like a sled or something behind it. It had no snow flap on the back of it, and he said every time he gave it some gas, he would just spray them with snow. And that sounds, as hilarious as it sounds, he needed something a little more calm. So gave it to me. It was seized. Cam and I got it running again, well, rolling at first. spraying some penetrating fluid into the cylinders, cranking it over by hand. Now it runs great, actually. Starts up no problem. You know what? Let's start it up real quick. Actually, as an added treat, I'm going to start it up without this custom pipe off on it that I made. I took the stock elbow from the pipe that goes over to and dumps out that hole there. Cheaply welded it onto the stock pipe that came on that dirt bike there, Suzuki DRZ 400. Cut about 5 inches out of the pipe to make it shorter, cut one of the big baffles out, drilled a few holes, give it a bit more breathability, and that has become my pipe. So I'm going to start it just for fun for you guys. So we took my little dirt bike pipe off, and the fuel tank's actually been disconnected too, and it's sitting on the ground too, but there should be just enough fuel in here to get it running for a couple seconds. Here's what it sounds like without a pipe on. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's how you get tinnitus. Whew. Thanks for watching Bogey Wheels. Click some buttons. Hopefully they'll like one.
You're watching Bogey Wheels.